A new milestone in China's battle against the coronavirus outbreak. Nearly all lockdown restrictions on Hubei, the province at the center of the pandemic, are being lifted. Beijing says new confirmed cases in the country have dwindled and the threat is now mostly from overseas. Tens of millions of people who have been confined indoors for weeks will now be able to move freely within the province and cross its borders. Public transport, plane routes and trains are yet to be reinstated, but the transport system is making preparations for that. Residents of the state capital Wuhan, though, where the virus first surfaced at the end of last year, will have to wait until April 8th to exit the city's limits. Wuhan has still the majority of China's 81,000 cases, but from Wednesday, people will be able to leave their homes and travel within the city.
If the community is identified as an epidemic-free area, residents who need to return to work will be allowed to enter and leave their residence with a certificate from the employer if their body temperatures have tested normal.
The end of restrictions are in stark contrast to the clampdown being imposed in Hong Kong. At the height of the outbreak in mainland China, Hong Kong was an example of how to contain the spread of coronavirus. But now the city has become a lesson in what happens when you let your guard down too soon. Last week the numbers surged, more than doubling in just a few days, prompting authorities to enforce the toughest measures yet. To stem the rising number of imported cases, non-residents will not be allowed to enter Hong Kong. As of Wednesday, even transit passengers will be banned. And to address locally transmitted infections, the government is limiting the sale of alcohol.
Regarding consumption at restaurants and bars, the most concerning behaviour is taking place in bars. Around 10 confirmed coronavirus cases are related to activities there, so we're focusing on this area.
The government found that after months of self-imposed confinement and vigilance, many people started socializing again. This is Lan Kwai Fong. It's one of Hong Kong's most popular nightlife districts, and it's also at the center of some of the city's recent cluster infections. So with the restrictions on alcohol sales, areas like this will come to a standstill. Nearly 9,000 pubs and eateries will be affected, raising concerns about the impact on Hong Kong's already struggling economy. Many Hong Kong businesses were hit hard last year by anti-government protests that lasted for months. And analysts say the fallout from the social unrest, along with the loss of 30,000 visitors a day and the closure of entertainment centres, could devastate the economy.
Well, this is the second knockout punch. I think Hong Kong will be down for the 10 count and cannot really get out. I don't think Hong Kong economy will never recover to its former level. I think we will face a slow decline.
It's an issue that resonates around the world as governments try to stop the spread of the virus. The dilemma of how to balance the economic damage from lockdowns and restrictions with efforts to contain the pandemic. Divya Gopalan, Al Jazeera, Hong Kong.